Hi everyone, another Klaus here, and today we're gonna do some Toa Matau reviews from the first wave of 2004, and this time we're gonna review some Toa Matau. Yeah, right here. So here's the canister. Of course, the lid is in dark green, so of course new color from the 2004 arc, because you know in 2004 they introduced new color, new darker color, like the red Matau or the green Matau or the blue Matau, for example. And so, as you can see, the cylinder shape of the canister is cylinder, the cylinder one. So nothing new right here. As you can see, so you have again Toa Matau on the front of the box, of course, his name right here, and behind him all the background of Limetru. So with protodermis, I don't have the name of this, of shoot of protodermis, I think it's called like that. And other stuff, information right here, the map of Metronomy with all the Toa on it to show all the where the region. So for example, you know that here is the Po Metru and here is Oni Metru, right there. And of course, Metronomy look like the same as Matanui because it's below Matanui, remember. And it was, remember, 2004 takes place before the event of Matanui, of the first 3 years of Bionicle. In terms of set, of course, not in terms of storyline, because Matanui are not the first year of Bionicle. In pure term of storyline. So anyway, just pass on it. Here you go, some gimmick when you put your canister into the fridge and wait 10 minutes you have a web code. So I do not know what it is useful because it's not like it's a Kanoka code. So I do not know, I don't remember. Because I kind of lost interest in Bionicle in 2004, and I regained interest from 2005, I think, from the Wave 2. Anyway, here you got some 1:1 scale pictures of Toa Matau, so very nice, nice posing pictures. And I think that's quite all here for the canister. Of course, you have the lid where you can put some Kanoka, which is the new collectible or projectable of the year, and which you add. There are no Kanoka in the set apart from Vakama, so the Kanoka can be found in the Vaki set later or in the Matau set released at the same period of time. So in the wave 1, excuse me, the first wave. And I think that's all. With 2 canister lids, you can make a ball to make to put a Matau 1 in it. And that's all. So we're gonna go with the instruction booklet again. So you got the same image, but you can see more of it on the side right here. Here you got some group pictures of all the Toa Matau together. The combiner model, which is not a Keita anymore, as you can see, kind of a creature. And as you can see also, it's not the same as before because this time you have Matau with Vakama and Oniwa. So this is not the old school stuff, black, brown, and white guy together. And that's all. That's the final step. So of course you have part of the step in each of the 3 instruction booklets concerned by the combiner model. Here you have some pictures of all the Toa Matau, very nice. Here some pictures of the map of Metronomy, and then some background pictures of each of the region, of the element region, so very nice also. And finally some ads for the Matau 1 and all the Kanoka and canister lid stuff right here. So it shows you can collect one of the disc launcher and put it on the Toa hand. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. And some ads for all stuff from 2003, so the video game and the movie. And then we have still one little stuff on the extra part. This is a little booklet included with each Toa Matau. So this time it just shows not only a comic book, but just some drawing with, for example, the attack of the Morbuzak, the first enemies of the Toa Matau, which has not been released in set. And then some panel with each Matau 1 with their name and their region. and then the big panel with each Toa Matau. And then you got some add for the Matau one in their set form right here. Some add for the little gimmick right here, which I explained here earlier. And then some other stuff. And I think that's quite all. And there are some group pictures of other Toa, excuse me, with some vines of the Marbusac right here. And that's all I think. We're gonna talk about the set right now. And okay, I do not have the weapon of Matau. I did not look like before, so it's okay. I'm just gonna come back very sooner. So anyway, this is all live, so it's not a problem. I'm gonna look for it really quick and hope to find them. So I'm just gonna search in my box. Okay. Here we go. I got one of his sword. So excuse me for that. I did not plan to search, so just pass on the video until I find them. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. You don't have to pass on. So, well, excuse me for this little problem. I do not like on it. And the last time I made a review of him, I still have the sword and stuff like that. So, okay, it's okay. So the toy itself, as you can see, the sham color is green Matau, so the new green and new dark gray also, so some new colors and some silver parts. I'm gonna dismantle it to explain you how it works. So first of all, you have the body, Matau body frame right here. And I'm gonna put this off so you can see clearly the two gears for the little gears gimmicks anyway right here. So here it is for the body frame. I'm gonna do a little turnaround. That's all. Then you have to put the chest cover on it. So this is also a new part. Remember that the parts in this set are purely some % news at the time they were at the time the sets were released. So it's made of 90% of new parts at the time in 2004 anyway, of course. Then you've got the famous Matau pelvis right here, as you can see, which is useful to link the two legs together, of course, with these ball joints. Then you have the new connector part, which is the double connectors parts. And you have some knee cover right here and green Matau again. Then again, a third new part, this is the legs, the Matau leg, as you can see. So same system as the Wakshi one, so with one ball joint on one axis and the other, which you can freely turn the foot, excuse me. And the foot is also new because you have the connectors and then the Matau foot right here. And so it's the same system as the Wakshi's one. So a foot in two parts with the connectors and then the other parts, not all molded in one part, like for example the Baroque or Toa Olda feet. Anyway, I explain you all the lower parts. I'm gonna show you the arms, so you still find the double connectors, a new Matau arm right here, which you can turn like that. Some shoulder armor, which is also a new part. I'm gonna put this right there and show you a better way, like that. And of course, there's two swords that I searched earlier. So they're called the Twin Arrow Slicer. Anyway, kind of look nice, really straight stuff. Not really atypical design anyway. Not really original also. So just a blade. So we put the two arms, which are identical, of course. symmetrical. And then we have the head. So the head is mounted on a connector, which also is mounted on a ball joint, as you can see right here. So a new head, of course, the Toa Matau head, new parts again. And then other new parts, the combo eye brain parts, which is in dark red this time, or just in red, trans red, of course. You can see the little axle all right here because the mask have an axle, and here it is. The mask, I think it's called the Matatu. If I do not, if I'm correct, so the mask of Matau, very nice, kind of aerodynamic feeling, as you can see right here. At least it's a Toa of air, so I think it's kind of normal. It's got some aerodynamic design. And you put this on this axle all right here because the only difference between the Toa Matau are all the pelvis is put, or the pelvis part is put, and all the neck part is put. So on this one, it's here. And that's all. You have everything shown. Of course, another function, because sometimes the Toa can put their weapon, their tools, excuse me, in their back or use them as a second function. And in the case of Matau, it's the two, because you can put them in the back like this, but it's also, if you split them, it can make wings. So it can fly like that, for example. And then we're going to talk about the articulation. So of course, with the little gear at the back, when you spin it, you move the two arms together, as you can see, but in opposite direction, of course. Then the arms can still move like that, so of course it's more advanced than the other canister set, the older canister set. The hands also can move. The head can look up because of the connectors part right here, but can look down and on the side without any problem. And then what I have, yeah, the legs right now. So the legs. So of course, again, this time it's like the Wakshi, but better because you can move this all the way like that. So really, because it's on a ball joint this time, so it's really nice. And then you can move this part of the leg also all the way down, so it's really cool. And do some pose like that, for example. I'm gonna try to make him stand. Yeah, he's going to do a high kick, or I do not know what it's called anyway. So that was really a great revolution at the time to have to can make some pose like this. You can't make pose like this with a Toa anyway. So they were again really a revolution into the canister set, and I think that they already quite impressive. They were quite impressive for the time. Really a nice improvement over the Wakshi, because the Wakshi were already a big evolution in the Bionicle canisters, and this one are also. And I think that's all for the, yeah, I think I talked about the articulation, the second function. So I've said pretty much everything I have to say on Matau. And because it's the last review I record, and I think I will upload also in last, I'm gonna do some group pictures with all the Toa, so, and do a little sum up, a general sum up of all the Toa. So here we go, some Vakama, which I reviewed earlier, some time ago. Okay. It's when you are which is falling. I'm gonna put them like that. It will be easier to show them all. And then we got, I think, some Nyuju right here. Then some Nokama, which are the two tallest Toa of all. Wanyua is the smallest of them all, anyway. Hey, I think they look quite nice. Apart from Vakama, which is like, yeah, which can like that. I want him more, yeah, standing up like a true hero or stuff like that, anyway. And here we go. And then finally, we got some Oniwa, or Niwa, excuse me. Okay, like that. I'm gonna turn my webcam, then do some hand position. And I think that's all. So there you go. You have all the 6 Toa Matau released as part of the Wave 1 from 2004, excuse me. And so that's all, I think. Yeah, so in a nutshell, what I want to say is that the Toa are really great action figure, except for one drawback, in my opinion, one big drawback, and which is on other Toa, because already first drawback is the fact that they are all the same in comparison to the Toa Holda, except for the pelvis part and the neck part, which are still a nice addition, I think, because they could have just put everything the same, but now they still decide to change little parts like the pelvis and neck part, so that's okay, but they kind of look still all the same because they all share the same arms and same legs. And I think I've already said that earlier, but for example, they can have put some waxy leg because they can be put on this part also. So I do not know why they didn't do that. Anyway, and also, so the other problem is the gear system this time, because the 2 arms move. Okay, it was already done on Galileo Onua, but there was only with the two gears. With the 2 gears which moved in the 2001, and this time they all have this system, and I do not well like it personally. So I think it's Lego should have do things like the Toa Nuva and let us choose the parts we want to put. Because seriously, with just if they just add 2 parts in the box, we can have decided whether or not we what piece we choose. For example, if you look at the Toa Aga, you will know what I mean, because the Toa Aga have one arm which is on a gear, and the other arm is completely free. So you can clearly see that you can do that. So anyway, that's but not for the Toa Matau. So that's a kind of a shame, in my opinion. The other problem also is the Matau arm, which kind of look nice with the overall design, but it's kind of limited with the articulation, in my opinion, so it's kind of hard. Also for the neck part, when it's put in this, for example, in this Matau when you are position, they can't look up, so that's kind of a bad point. So except for this articulation problem and the fact that they're all the same, I think they are still great figure, because they can still do nice pose, in my opinion, and they still good. They still got their robotic feel, and there's a nice design overall. So I think they're quite nice, in my opinion. So yeah, I think you should at least own one of them, because apart from the fact that they're all the same, they're still nice set anyway. So it's you to decide the one you prefer. You just have to know that Nokama and Yuju are the tallest of the group, and Wanyua is the smallest of this one. And I think, yeah, that's all. They are all the same size, these 3 ones. Vakama, Matau, and Onua. So that's all. Again, that's you to decide whether or not the one you prefer between the 6. And so I think that's all. So I hope you enjoyed my review on the Toa Matau and on Toa Matau also. And see you later for another Bionicle review. Bye bye.